Hey everyone, this is Mike from Comic Book Trove here today with something a bit different to what I normally do on the channel. Of course, this is first and foremost a comic book channel, but today I just wanted to give a bit of a look at these recently released hardcover collected editions of the Witcher set of novels. So, although these books might not be full of pictures, I think they're just worth taking a look at. So I think they're a really nice looking set basically, and for that reason I wanted to showcase them here and maybe give anybody else who's interested a look at them. Whether or not you're new to this series of books and have been wondering about whether or not these are the ones to start with, or if you're already a fan and you own previously released editions of these books and are maybe wondering whether or not it's worth upgrading to these ones. So I'm going to take a look at them individually. I'll switch to an overhead view to showcase them. I do want to say that this is not going to be a review of these books in terms of discussing the plot or the story of the series in any way. I purely just want to showcase these editions. Although if you would be interested in hearing me maybe talk about this series in a proper review of sorts at some point, then do let me know and perhaps I can do that. But without any further ado then, let's take a look at these books and see what they look like. Okay then, so here we are with these hardcover editions of these books. I thought I'd just start off by taking a look at the first two here chronologically. We've got The Last Wish and The Sword of Destiny. In both of these cases, these are not exactly novels, more collections of short stories that were then published and collected together in these books. And these two in particular, these are illustrated editions as well. So there are a handful of different illustrations throughout the books. I think there's one to go with each of the stories collected in here. Also, interestingly, although I believe this book was actually published first, in terms of a reading order, you would start with this book. Kind of confusing. I can only imagine how many people have looked up Witcher reading order or search terms to that effect in the past to get an idea. But yeah, really nice design with these books. I mean, that's something that goes for each of them, I think, individually. Also, I don't know whether this is specific to just the UK version of these books or if it's the same in the US and other places. But in terms of the book design under the dust jacket, this first one here is the only one that actually has anything on it. They are all otherwise just plain black. But this first one, The Last Wish, you get this quote from Geralt, which is pretty cool. On the inside as well, you do get a small version of each of the illustrations that are collected in this book. So yeah, that would be the first one there. So that's The Last Wish. And then looking at Sword of Destiny, very cool cover here, featuring this kind of dark blue purple with Yennefer featuring. And yeah, really nice looking one again. Very cool. And just to take a look inside, you get this, again, this nice blue background, and these are some of the images that you'd see collected in here. Obviously at full size as you go through the book, but as I say here and now, I just want to give a quick look at these really. So those would be the first two. You'd then move on to the main Witcher saga, which is collected in 5 novels, starting with this one, Blood of Elves. And each of these books, they feature a cover by a different artist, so it is quite a variety of styles that you see in terms of the artwork. That might be something that you like or dislike, but I think that in each case, it's a good image. So this is really cool with the witches stood there in front of Kaer Morhen. Your spine there, and then the back, and in each case, the back is the same image, but with a quote. So that's the first book. I mean, what I would say is that these probably would have benefited, maybe, in my opinion, from having a number to indicate which book in the series that it is. Just again, because not everybody's going to be completely familiar with the reading order of these books, I'm sure. It might have been useful to do that, but not a huge deal, I'm sure. Maybe not even an issue at all to some people. But yeah, another nicely designed book here. Yennefer featuring again on the cover. Nice purple style here. Also, in the case of each of these books, on the first page you do get a map of the continent with the colour matching the colour of the dust jacket as well. So purple in there. In this next case, book 3, Baptism of Fire, there's a strong green thing going on here. Nice vibrant green going around the book. Very cool, that image there featuring Geralt and Dandelion the Bard. And just to showcase my point here, you see inside this time round that green background featuring on the map. So then book 4, being The Tower of the Swallow. Another nice image here with the figures of the Wild Hunt there in the background dominating that skyline. Strong orange colour going on here, very nice. Fan of that. And you see inside as well there, this time the orange on the map. Lastly, in terms of the main series, book book 5 being The Lady of the Lake. Cool cover here featuring Ciri, and this one is kind of a strong pink. Very cool. There is an 8th book, I know. There is another one. It's kind of I guess you could call it a bonus book, and Season of Storms. It's the only one I don't have in the set here, but it has also received a hardcover release that matches the style of these books, so I probably will pick it up at some point. But I'd say it's the most optional read, really. It's the one that's not strictly necessary to get the full story, but of course is still worth checking out if you're a fan. So I probably will add it to the collection, but for now I just wanted to showcase these books as being the main story, and I just want to put them together here just to give you an idea of what they look like lined up, just in case you're wondering. The all-important question, what do they look like on the shelf? Well, they're going to look like that, pretty much. But yeah, so let me know what you think of this series, whether or not it's a series that you've read before or something you're interested in, or how you feel about these specific editions, of course. Always interested in hearing the thoughts of others. But for now, thank you very much for sticking with me if you've watched this all the way through. I'll be back again soon to discuss something else.